So the next question we're going to take comes from Chris. Chris is a C-level executive, and he asks, is my IP heading in the right direction? I'll talk about patents with regard to that question. And that's a pretty open-ended question, but look, executives have to look at the big picture, and that would be something you might get if you work in the enterprise, or maybe Chris is asking the lawyers directly. And you're tasked with answering what is a pretty open-ended question. And I think no patent strategy is correct without looking right and looking left. Because you want to see what your competitors over here are doing, see what your competitors are over there are doing. You have to think about the strategic vision of the enterprise, right? Presumably that's known by the C-suite, so that as that strategic vision it comes into realization, the patent strategy still makes sense, right? So it's, do we look okay today, and as we go forward, do we look okay? So I just got off the phone with a C-level executive that was at a startup company, and they were going to release their first product, and they hadn't filed any patents. So in that specific example, we talked about it, very heavily patented space. The competitors have lots of patents. The investors are expecting it. Absolutely, where they're standing right now is they need some patents. The next question might be is, how many do you need? And that's where you look at the competition, or you look at whatever your exit is, or what your strategic vision is. And you might look at companies that are more like that and see what they're up to. It's fairly easy to go on a site like Google Patents, and you can search for assignees, and you can look to see just, do they file a lot of patents, do they not? And get a good idea on what people are up to. And you may be in that area that nobody files patents for whatever reason. And there are certain industries where that just doesn't happen very much. But if you find that people are filing tons of patents, and the competitors that you aspire to be like have more patents than you, well, you better step it up and get some of your own patents. Because once you've entered the market and you find everybody has patents, that's one weapon they'll use against you. It's a tool in their toolbox to sue you for patent infringement, to slow down your business model, maybe right before your IPO, to take some of the shine off of that, maybe scare away some investors. Patents are used in a lot of areas as a business weapon. And how you neutralize that is you have a patent portfolio commensurate with your station in the market, or where you intend to be. So if you go into a market and you're half as big as this company, you might have a patent portfolio that's half the size. Would be one good rule of thumb. Ideally, you would have enough patents so that if you and that larger competitor ended up in a litigation, the damages would be about equal on each side if you countersued them. And what you'll find is most companies are very fearful of a patent lawsuit because of the countersuit risk. So if you're armed with those patents, you're going to find that litigation is going to be far less likely to happen, or not to happen. With a company that has a lot of patents in the space, is they're often looking for an entrant that has no patents or very few patents, so that it's a for sure win, right? The bully always picks on the weakling. So what you want to make sure is that you're not the weakling. You have a portfolio commensurate with your place in the market at that time, as you look left and right, and then look to your aspirations, and you want to work toward those aspirations. Patents take time, so you have to work on them over time. So with that, I'll say, look, if you have any additional questions, please put them in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel so that you get updates as we answer these questions, and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you.